Namaskar my friends, and today I'm back here with another Transformers review, and today we'll be taking a look at Transformers Generations IDW Blur. Now this is more of a throwback review because this figure, this version of Blur was released 12 or 13 years back. So yeah, he's an old figure. He has been around for a long time and he's still available in the secondary markets for a pretty decent price. I mean, if you're residing in the US, yes, I don't think getting him would be a problem. For people staying in other countries, shipping costs are a little bit high on eBay, so you'll have to look out for your best price on eBay. But he is available, and he is quite a hit with the collectors, which I'll let you know in just some time. But first, let us have a look at the box. I don't have the box with me because I got him just a couple of months back and I did show him off initially in an unboxing. You can check out that video on the channel. But I don't have the box, but this is what the box basically looked like back in the day. So without further ado, now let us have a look at IDW Blur. So before we take a look at Blur, let's have a look at his weapons, accessories. So he comes with 3 weapons, accessories, and he does come with this big ass sniper rifle. Yes, this looks very nice, very nice sculpted details. And if you're wondering why is Blur using a sniper rifle, you should probably read the comics that this figure is based off. So yeah, that looks very nice. And yeah, he actually can hold this and sort of take down his enemies. So you can easily do that, and to fit that in his hand, what you got to do is holds it like that, and then he kind of there we go. So basically what he looks like with his sniper rifle. That looks pretty good. So yeah, and that's how you basically get him to hold the sniper rifle. And in case you want to store this, which is again, this is a great feature because you can actually transform him with the sniper rifle on his back. Although I wouldn't recommend it, but I think you can do that. But the best part about this piece is that the sniper rifle actually stores on his back. So there's a clip here, and all you got to do is just have the sniper rifle attach onto that clip, and there we go. Actually have storage, which is just pretty good. But speaking of storage, we actually get 2 more weapons. So we do get a couple of pistols which you can easily hold. So these are the pistols. There we go. Nice sculpted details right there. Very cool. Look at that. Looks very nice. So you can actually hold these 2 pistols, and yeah, you could definitely get into a few poses where he's firing those blasters, those pistols. And storing these pistols on him is very easy. So you could take this and just store it on him. There we go. And same for this one, a little space right here, small little slot. Take the pistol, put that in there. And there you go. There you have storage, and you can actually keep these pistols on him when you transform him. It won't cause a problem. That's what I really like about this figure. So now, since we have taken a look at accessories, let us have a look at the figure. And here we have IDW Blur. Right, he has got all his weapons on him, and I really like it that way. Now, I've had this guy for some time now. It's been a couple of months since I got him into the collection. And I was looking for a nice looking Blur. I was looking for a nice definitive Blur. And everybody suggested the 1986 movie Transformers Blur. And I really like that piece. Although, he does have his share of problems, but I really like that figure. But somebody in the Transformers community, which as usual is always very helpful, recommended this figure to me, and I got him. There was a seller selling him. I got him for a very decent amount. I was very happy with that deal, and I have not regret my buying decision my decision to actually add him to the collection. I'm so happy about this. So this is an older figure, but as you can see, he looks pretty good. He looks really, really nice. A lot of blues break up the color pattern, and that is what makes them look very attractive. So there's some that grayish baby blue right here. It looks pretty good. Some dark blue right here. Again, some more sky blue going on right here. Got some red on his kneecaps right there. The Autobot logo looks pretty good. The front and side of the car basically make up his massive shoulder pads. And although it does look a little weird here from the side, but from the back it's not too bad. Yeah, he does have this slight gibble going on, which is, again, it's not a deal breaker. It's not as bad as some of the modern day stuff that Hasbro has done, but or some of the stuff that they've done in the past. But this looks pretty good. Now, one of the reasons why this figure is such a hit with fans is because this mold was originally used for IDW Comics Drift. This was the same mold that was used. And for Drift, this is a very, very nice mold because his samurais kind of go right there where these pistols go in. So yeah, it was a no-brainer. People loved it, and he was white in color. The only thing different in this figure is the spoilers that have been added. That apart, it's just pretty much the same figure, and of course different colors and different head. But yeah, this is one of the reasons why this mold did so well, and it still, holds a lot of, high praises amongst collectors even in today's day and age. So yeah, this mold did really well. But this was, a lot of collectors say it was a lazy attempt by Hasbro to give Blur this mold and sort of give him guns and all that. Yeah, Hasbro has been known to do these things, but a lot of people don't actually mind it. Some collectors do have a problem with this, some don't. I'm one of those guys who actually does not have a problem because he actually looks really good, and I'm very, very happy to have him in the collection. And in spite of limited articulation, he does pose really well, which I'm going to be showing some of his poses to you throughout the review. So let's have a look at that face. And yeah, that looks very much IDW blurry. Look at that. That face looks very, very nice. Nice sculpted details here. And that looks very cool. Very, very nice. I really like that face. I think they've sort of nailed the face sculpt. And there was another Blur that was released, I think, about a year back. It was a legacy Blur, if I'm not wrong. And yeah, he was a little more closer to the Blur in the IDW comics, I suppose. But this is not bad. This is something that was done so many years back. So let's have a look at the articulation, and his head does look up quite a lot, which is very good. He doesn't look down, but it does look straight, which again, yeah, there's nothing happening right there. No attitude or tilt. He does look left to right, which is good. No problem. Now for the transformation, we do get a little hinge right there in the shoulders right there. Okay, and the shoulders, the arms really don't go off to the side. They barely, but if you can just turn this around, and then maybe you could. Yeah, I mean, it really doesn't. Really doesn't. Yeah, you could turn things around, expose this non-covered area, and you could probably do that, but the range isn't much, not very good. He does get a bicep swivel, and he does get a double jointed elbow, which the range is very, very good as far as the range is concerned. Very nice. Same with this arm as well. So yeah, the range looks very, very good. No ab crunch or waist swivel, but these parts kind of articulate. If you want, you could definitely articulate them, not a problem. If you want, you could sort of pose them when you're photographing him, I suppose. We do get a swivel, since this is a ball jointed wrist right here. You do get some up and down movement, do get some in and out, which is pretty good, and you do get a swivel, which is good. he kicks a little more than 90 degrees, which is quite good. He does kick back more than 90 degrees. So again, very good range going on right there. He does do the splits. You could definitely have him do the splits completely. He could do that. He's an agile character. I mean, he's Blurr. He's one of the he's the fastest Autobot around. He's basically the Flash of the Autobot universe, I suppose. We do get a thigh swivel, and we do get a single jointed knee, which is not too bad considering when he was released. And we don't get any ankle rockers or anything, but we do get this movement. And if you're thinking, does this come in handy? It does. Sometimes when you need to pose him, you can use this joint. But this is one issue that I have with this figure. Now that we are covering this area, there's no locking mechanism. It just sits there. That's it. So I wish they could have included a locking mechanism, and I suppose they could have, because the articulation on this guy isn't bad considering when he was released. So yeah. So overall, the articulation is pretty good. You can get him into some decent poses. But yeah. So let's have a look at his transformation. Let's have a look at him in his vehicle mode. And here we have Blur in his alt mode, in his vehicle mode, and this is a very, very nice piece. And as far as the transformation is concerned, it is fairly easy, but it does take a little bit of adjusting and finagling and just getting the pieces right, and pieces to fit with each other basically. And that's mainly it. You just got to compress them, sort of press them hard, just to make sure that everything sits nicely, all well tucked in. And once you do that, you do get a very, very nice piece. So taking a look at the paint scheme or the color scheme here, nice light blue going on right there, looks good. And we've got some nice baby blue going on right here, slightly on the grayer side. And the Autobot symbol right there looks pretty good. And as you saw, that his big sniper rifle actually becomes the exhaust for the vehicle mode, and the weapon storage is really, really nice. It's something that I really, really like in this figure. So yeah. That looks pretty cool. Yeah, very nice looking car mode going on. And yeah, like the transformation as well. Really like the transformation. I thought it was pretty good. But yeah, very nice work. Got another shade of blue right here. Got the spoiler, as I mentioned to you earlier. Very nice. But yeah, overall I think this is a very nice piece. Very cool. So now let us get him back into his robot mode and have a look at some comparisons. So taking a look at some comparisons, we do have the thrilling 30 Jetfire right there, and we do have the Titan's Return Cup, and that's how Blur scales with them. And here he is with the Siege Mirage right here, and of course the thrilling 30 Orion packs right here, and that's how Blur scales with these guys. And that's how Blur scales with the 1986 Studio Series Ironhide and the MDLX Optimus Prime. And here he is with two average-sized Marvel Legends in the Scarlet Spidey and the PS4 Spider-Man. So as far as my final thoughts are concerned, well, in my opinion, this is a pretty good piece. If you're a fan of this mold, if you're a fan of Drift from this series, from the Generation series, then I think getting this Blur is a no-brainer. I don't have Drift, and if I can get him, it'll be fantastic, but I'm very happy with this Blur. He's right now the only Blur that I have in my collection. I do plan to get maybe another version of Blur maybe later on, but this is what I have for the time being, and I'm really happy with it. You can get some decent poses out of him, and I believe there is a hack where you can actually have his head go completely back and he can actually take up a sniping position pose fully flat on his chest, you know, like a realistic sniping position. I'm not really aware of how to do that, but I believe there is a hack and you can sort of, you know, make that happen. And if you actually get an opportunity to get him and add him to your collection, do so. You will not regret it. Well, this just about wraps up this review. If you liked this review, then do give us a like, comment, share, and subscribe. And let me know in the comments if you want some more throwback reviews, because I have quite a few figures that was released many years back, and I would love to review them for you. If you like, please let me know in the comments. Till then, please take very good care of yourselves. Please take very good care of your families. Enjoy your collection, and always remember, till all are one. We'll be back very soon. Thank you so much for joining us today.